A week from Sunday is Armageddon, but tonight it's Friday Night SmackDown in the Scope in Norfolk. And Edge, preparing for his matchup against Gunther at Armageddon, teams up with Rey Mysterio to battle Imperium in a main event tag team matchup live here on SmackDown. Once again, we are live from the Scope here in Norfolk, Virginia. We are kicking things off with the human highlight reel, the one and only Ricochet. It's going to be a great night of action as we approach the last live premiere event of 2023 Armageddon, coming up 1 week from this Sunday night.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, Ricochet!
Well, the one and only Ricochet was a part of the successful team back at Survivor Series last month, a part of Team Edge against Team Austin Theory in the middle of Madison Square Garden. But tonight, Ricochet set to go one-on-one with a man who was on the opposing team, that being the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. These two men clashed earlier this year right here on SmackDown in the midst of the King of the Ring tournament. It was a win for Randy Orton all those months ago. Ricochet, a man who continues to climb the rankings here on SmackDown, gets better and better each and every time we see him step foot inside the squared circle. Will the result be different? Live tonight from the Scope. Randy Orton, on the other hand, looking to bounce back from some recent losses.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Randy Orton, as we mentioned, was on the losing side of the field at Survivor Series, a part of Team Austin Theory against Team Edge. That was just 1 month after Randy Orton came up short in his pursuit of the World Heavyweight Championship, and the Apex Predator really needs some victories here on SmackDown. Of course, picked up a singles win a few weeks before Survivor Series against Johnny Gargano, but that momentum has been a rocky ship. Can Orton get it back on sail here tonight on SmackDown? Should be a great night of action, as you just saw in your main event. The man who will challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at Armageddon, the Rated R Superstar Edge, alongside Rey Mysterio, set to take on Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that earlier today, the voting opened for the 2023 Slammy Awards. Right now, you can vote. Link available in the description down below. You can vote for the Men's Superstar of the Year, the Women's Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Premium Live Event of the Year, and so much more. The Slammy Award votes, or I should say the Slammy Award polls, open right now. Have your voice heard for the 2023 Slammy Awards. And of course, the Slammy Award winners will be revealed on the Monday night after Armageddon, Monday night, December the 11th. Is a special edition of Monday Night Raw, the 2023 Slammy Awards, where the winners of each and every choice will be revealed to the world. Have your voice heard. Voting now open. Description down below. Here we go on Friday Night SmackDown. Randy Orton and Ricochet kicking things off. Both men whose paths have crossed in recent history at Survivor Series. Now back one-on-one tonight here on SmackDown. As 2023 starts to come to a close, we approach Armageddon, of course, into the new year. Both these men looking to build some momentum for themselves on Friday Night SmackDown as we slowly but surely approach possibly the most important time of the year. That, of course, being the road to the Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania, not too far away for the superstars of Raw and SmackDown. It's now or never to really start picking up some momentum for yourself, as Ricochet is looking to do against Randy Orton here tonight. And what a win it could be for the human highlight reel. This is a man who earlier this year was one half of the Tag Team Champions, won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic at WrestleMania as well. So Ricochet challenged Cody Rhodes a few months back for the United States Championship. Unfortunately, didn't go his way. Title, of course, now residing with the phenomenal AJ Styles, who retained last week here on SmackDown. That steel cage rematch against Cody Rhodes. Now, all these months later, though, Ricochet could be looking for another opportunity at the Phenomenal One. It could start here tonight. I should say looking for another opportunity at the United States Championship this time around against AJ Styles. And if he keeps this up, maneuvers like that certainly getting him one step closer to earning some championship contention here on SmackDown. Able to send Randy Orton from one side of the ring to the other. Now Ricochet into the cover, but Orton, future Hall of Famer, of course, has fought some of the best and has fought through some of the worst as Ricochet this time comes over the top rope. We are at the legendary Scope in Norfolk, Virginia tonight for what is going to be a jam-packed night of action here on SmackDown, just days before we get to Armageddon a week from Sunday in Detroit. Armageddon shaping up to be one hell of an event. Of course, the SmackDown main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Rated R Superstar Edge, as we mentioned, set to challenge Gunther in his first defense of the World Heavyweight title. Meanwhile, Randy Orton sending Ricochet back out to the outside. Orton looking to slow the pace of this contest down, wrestle his style of match against Ricochet. Ricochet back to the ring, but just falls right into the grasp of the Apex Predator, who has now turned this match on its head, having his way with the human highlight reel of the blue brand. Now again, Orton, one maneuver at a time, begins to wear down Ricochet. This is exactly how Orton likes to pick apart his opponents. Really expect nothing less, as Orton now looking for another singles victory here on SmackDown. We talked about the tag team loss at Survivor Series. Just days before that, however, there's a singles victory against Johnny Gargano. Can Randy Orton pick up another singles victory here tonight in Norfolk, Virginia against Ricochet? Right now, it looks like he's moving one step closer towards that as the one and only has completely had the rug pulled out from underneath him. And now Orton looking for signature Orton, vintage Orton. From the middle rope, DDT, and that may be all she wrote in your opening matchup here tonight. Ricochet down. Ricochet may be out. Orton going for the cover, but unfortunately for him, he does not get the three. But obviously, Ricochet damaged from that assault. Roll to the outside, trying to create some distance, hoping he can get back in this matchup right now. Oh, wait a minute. There's a reversal there. Never know where Ricochet can strike. An aerial offense superstar with some great agility inside and outside of the ring as he showcases with that Pele kick to the Viper. Now Ricochet looking to bring this thing back inside the squared circle. When they get the job done from bell to bell here tonight, in between the ropes. Looking to use the outside to his advantage. Drop it, Orton, right on the hardest part of the ring. Orton now fighting an uphill battle, which is certainly not something we say too often about the Apex Predator. However, Ricochet mounting some offense here. Springboard, down goes the Viper. And now what? Oh, wait a minute. Ricochet with an RKO to Randy Orton. He's gonna do it here. He got him. Ricochet just stole the victory over Randy Orton tonight on SmackDown. Orton was controlling this matchup, completely turned the offense of the one and only on its head, but Ricochet struck with the Viper's best maneuver, catching Orton off guard and secured a victory.
Here is your winner,
When Randy Orton shakes the cobwebs off, he is not going to be happy about that. Ricochet stealing a victory tonight against the Apex Predator, but a victory nonetheless. Started fighting an uphill battle near the end, but at the end of the day, the pinfall is all that matters, and the victory goes to the human highlight reel of Friday Night SmackDown, the one and only Ricochet. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023? December the 10th at Armageddon. Armageddon coming your way a week from Sunday, live Sunday night, December the 10th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Little Caesars Arena, Detroit, Michigan. But as for tonight here on SmackDown, we are set for some cruiserweight action. Former champion himself, Akira Tozawa, inside the squared circle, waiting his opponent coming down the aisle, Nathan Frazer, who has burst on the scene here on the blue brand.
And his opponent from Jersey in the Channel Islands, weighing in at 182 pounds, Nathan Frazer.
Well, Nathan Frazer, formerly a part of the NXT brand, former NXT Heritage Cup winner, really burst on the scene, a part of SmackDown in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament back at the end of summer into the fall. We saw him one-on-one with Angel Garza, went one-on-one with Johnny Gargano as well, and Nathan Frazer certainly turned a lot of heads in the middle of that tournament. Now here, a part of Friday Night SmackDown. It was just a few weeks ago he teamed up with the man who is now the new Cruiserweight Champion of the world, the invincible Ilya Dragunov, in a winning effort against Legado del Fantasma's Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. Now Nathan Frazer looking to continue some of his momentum against Akira Tozawa, and both these men, great minds think alike, coming out the gate with double drop kicks to no avail, and Nathan Frazer, however, gonna keep pushing forward. Take nothing away from Akira Tozawa. This man had an impressive showing in the CWC a couple months ago as well. Was a part of the first match in that tournament against Johnny Gargano and nearly won the thing. Frazer, as we mentioned, really trying to make a name for himself here on SmackDown. Has done a good job so far. Can he get the victory and continue to climb the ranks on Friday nights? This is the man who is trained by current WWE champion over on Raw, Seth freaking Rollins. Really made a lot of noise down in NXT, and one of the top prospects coming out of that brand to burst onto the main roster in quite some time. Now Frazer's looking to start raking up some victories. However, the veteran Akira Tozawa not looking to allow that. Nice reversal there. Tozawa keeping it short and simple off the snapmare. Drop kick to the side of the dome. That time he's getting a little bit more creative. Destroyer to Frazer, who's obviously got his eggs scrambled after that. And again, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget that the voting is now open for the 2023 Slammy Awards. Have your voice heard. Link down below in the description to vote on the 2023 Slammy Awards. The winners will be revealed Monday night, December the 11th on Monday Night Raw. Tozawa looking good, has really turned this matchup in his favor for the last few moments. Ever since that destroyer, Nathan Frazer's been trying to find a window of opportunity. Maybe that time he does. Reversal there. Fast-paced action this matchup. We expect nothing less of these two cruiserweights. Springboard. Moonsault. Tozawa down inside of the squared circle. Of course, as we mentioned, there is a new cruiserweight champion on the field. The invincible Ilya Dragunov taking down the Emperor of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar, a couple of weeks ago at Survivor Series, leaving with the new cruiserweight championship. Now Dragunov with that gold around his waist, really having himself a calendar year in the WWE. First the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, moving to SmackDown after winning the CWC, and now the Cruiserweight title around his waist. Dragunov now looks for his next opponent here on SmackDown, his first challenger for that gold. Could very well be Akira Tozawa or Nathan Frazer, depending on who gets this win tonight. Very competitive matchup so far, live from the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. And reversal for reversal that time. Who's going to get the upper hand? Looks like it might be Nathan Frazer. Sends Tozawa to the corner, not by will, but by force. And now Frazer on his tail. We've seen this out of Frazer's playbook in the past. Going for that Spanish fly from the top rope. Or I should say a fly all the way from Wales. But Nathan Frazer unfortunately not able to get the 3 count that time. Nonetheless, Tozawa rolling to the outside. Distance has been created. Frazer looking to close the gap, and he does just that. Up and over the top rope, and we expect nothing less after this aerial offense maneuver by Nathan Frazer. Just one of the reasons he was so successful down in NXT, and just one of the reasons he's been making noise in the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. Akira Tozawa, no answer at the current moment. Backslide into almost a whole drop maneuver on the back of his head. Went for the combination pinfall there. maybe pushing his luck. Tozawa still into this fight. Akira Tozawa, a veteran of the squared circle, has won the Cruiserweight Championship in years past. And again, the last time, or what should say, one of the last times we saw him inside the squared circle was apart. Slow it down here. In the CWC tournament, and Tozawa picked up maybe not a victory on that night, but certainly the support of a lot of fans after a great showing. And now look at a rally here in Norfolk. Kicking out the knee. Tozawa with an enziguri. Shining Wizard right to the nose. Not just yet. Almost had the victory. Tozawa not able to close it so far. Young man Nathan Frazer still into this fight. Has had the offense, has had the control for the last couple of minutes. Tozawa may have been able to get a counter moments ago. Now Frazer not looking to allow a comeback. Acai moonsault once again inside of the squared circle. Tozawa down. Is Tozawa out? Going to the top, and I think we know what comes next. Phoenix Splash by Nathan Frazer. Into the cover. And that is going to do it. An impressive showing by one of the newest acquisitions to Friday Night SmackDown. Akira Tozawa giving him a fight near the end. A close race to the finish line, but that beautiful Phoenix Splash brings him victory in years past and does it again here on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, Nathan Frazer.
Nathan Frazer continuing to impress in the Cruiserweight division. And as he stood alongside Ilya Dragunov a few weeks ago, aiding the now new Cruiserweight champion in victory. Now another victory tonight. You gotta wonder if Frazer has put himself in line as the #1 contender to fight the Mad Dragon for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Well, the voting is now open for the 2023 Slammy Awards. You can find the link down below in the description, and the winners will be revealed live on Monday Night Raw, December the 11th, the night after the next Armageddon event a week from Sunday. The 2023 Slammy Awards, get your voting in right now. We are back live in the scope here on Friday Night SmackDown. Axiom set for action. But does he have his hands full more than ever? Meaner than evil, Bron Breakker, who after coming up short a few weeks ago at Survivor Series, this young man certainly isn't going to be in a good mood. Axiom really draw the shortest stick tonight, didn't he?
And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Bron.
Well, Bron Breakker very well may be one of the breakout superstars of 2023. Burst on the scene on SmackDown back in the spring. We've seen him challenge Drew McIntyre during his reign with the World Heavyweight Championship. He fought Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship. Unfortunately, some of those opportunities slipping through the fingers of this young blue chipper, Bron Breakker. We speculated that maybe the young man bit off more than he can chew at certain times, but really can't knock the effort of Bron between the ropes. Certainly has all the tools to be a main event superstar in the near future on SmackDown. Just has to start getting the victories where it matters. Tonight he's got Axiom one-on-one, and Axiom, another young star here on SmackDown, usually a part of the Cruiserweight division, but finds himself against this heavyweight tonight. Let's see if the strength of Bron Breakker will be able to outweigh the agility and speed of Axiom, and so far it does. Really a contrast of styles here tonight. Very interesting style of clashes here on SmackDown. An opportunity for both men to build some momentum. Bron Breakker better not underestimate this masked superstar all the way from Spain. There's a shooting star. Middle of the ring, not just yet. Well, maybe a little off center. Axiom trying to take the fight to Bron Breakker. Cannot underestimate a man who, just like Nathan Frazer moments ago, made a lot of noise down in NXT before making his way to Friday Night SmackDown. Axiom looking to build some momentum for himself live tonight in Norfolk. Needs to keep his eye on the ball because Bron Breakker looking to seek and destroy from bell to bell. talked about the speed and agility of Axiom. Bron Breaker's got a lot of that in his arsenal as well. Mix it with the power game, and Breaker, just one of the reasons why we call him the blue chipper of SmackDown. Such a complete package in there is this generational superstar as he whips Axiom into the ropes. Axiom looking to outrun Breaker this time. However, Breaker gets the best of him. Lariat there, Axiom trying to keep fighting and gets sent for a ride. And he's not done just yet, a big-time spine buster. Breaker out to make some noise and remind the SmackDown locker room just what he is capable of here tonight. An emphatic spear taking the heart and soul out of the fight of Axiom. And that'll do it. You can probably count to 20. Gonna need a shovel to get Axiom's body off the canvas. Bron Breaker, short, sweet, and to the point, making a statement tonight on SmackDown. Spear and Axiom nearly out of his boots and getting the victory he oh so desired.
Here is your winner, Bron Breaker.
Bron Breaker may just be a diamond in the rough here on SmackDown. And his star continues to be made. Let's see if he can use this momentum and capitalize on his next big opportunity. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? It is coming your way live a week from Sunday, Detroit, Michigan, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the final live premiere event of 2023. It is Armageddon, and what a main event coming your way from Monday Night Raw. 6 men step inside the most demonic structure ever created, Hell in a Cell, for the WWE Championship. Solo Sikoa, Karrion Kross, Kevin Owens, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, and the champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Also from Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley set to defend the WWE Women's Championship that she got in the face of Alba Fire with just a few weeks ago. Fire, the newcomer, looking to burst on the scene on Monday nights. Also coming your way a week from Sunday at Armageddon from Friday Night SmackDown, the Women's World Championship officially set to be defended. Shayna Baszler's first defense against the EST, Bianca Belair. What about the Intercontinental Gold from Monday Night Raw? LA Knight was upset by Cameron Grimes a few weeks back. Laid him out with not one, but 2 BFTs on Raw. Grimes is coming after the biggest opportunity of his career in Detroit. The World Tag Team titles of the WWE up for grabs as these two teams with a lot of history with each other look to settle the score. It's a Tornado Tag Rules matchup. The Brawling Brutes defend against the Judgment Day. And it's the SmackDown main event in Detroit, Michigan. Gunther and his first World Championship defense against the Rated R superstar Edge. And this is Edge's final opportunity, the last chance. If Edge cannot seize the World Championship, the opportunities will cease to exist. But before we get to Armageddon, first we gotta make a pit stop on SmackDown next week. And already signed Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, looking to settle their own personal score with a man who was successful earlier tonight in Ricochet, as well as Johnny Gargano. Also signed for next week, the Emperor of Lucha Libre looks to climb the ranks on SmackDown, breaking out of the Cruiserweight division as he goes one-on-one with the United States Champion, AJ Styles. Certainly going to be an action-packed week, kicking off 7 nights from tonight on SmackDown, but we are not done from the scope. In Norfolk, Virginia, it's main event time, and the tag team action is on hand. The master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, stood side by side, Edge in victory at Survivor Series. Will history repeat itself tonight on SmackDown?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio!
As we just mentioned and as we've talked about throughout this evening, it was just a couple of weeks ago in Madison Square Garden, Team Edge defeating Team Austin Theory, the two sole survivors on that night, Rey Mysterio and the Rated R Superstar himself. And it was just 7 nights ago, after a victory by Gunther here on SmackDown, that Edge got in the face of the ring general and called his shot. Edge has had multiple opportunities at the World Championship this year, but the first will be against Gunther a week from Sunday, and it may be the last if he cannot get the job done against the ring general at Armageddon.
Partner from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds, Edge!
Edge fought Drew McIntyre multiple times during McIntyre's reign at the top, but who was the man who was able to take down the Scottish Warrior? That was the ring general Gunther, and whether you like it or not, it was certainly a decisive victory back in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series. Edge is up against a monster that he has never fought before. First time ever matchup. Can Edge figure out the formula to take down the ring general in Detroit, Michigan? We will find out a week from Sunday, but tonight is SmackDown. And Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci, I'm sure, have got strict orders from the man on the left, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, making sure that they are going to inflict punishment on the Rated R Superstar Edge for daring to step to the champion of the world.
And accompanied by Gunther at a combined weight of 440 pounds, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, Imperium!
You know, it really speaks volumes about the talent that is Gunther. Just days removed from what was a war at Survivor Series against Drew McIntyre, stepped right back inside the ring last week on SmackDown, was able to muscle up the big man of Alpha Academy, Otis, with an emphatic powerbomb and pick up yet another victory, something that has become very familiar with the World Heavyweight Champion. Now tonight, the task is up to Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium to not only derail the momentum of Rey Mysterio and Edge, but to try to weaken the Rated R Superstar before we get to the final live premiere event of 2023 next Sunday night. This is certainly a big-time main event with superstars who have been some of the centerfolds throughout this year here on SmackDown. And as this year comes to a close, who will be heading into 2024 as the World Heavyweight Champion? Will the title remain with the Ring General, Gunther, or will it be in the grasp of the Rated R Superstar Edge? All remains to be seen, but tonight, Ludwig Kaiser, Rey Mysterio kicking things off in this tag team matchup, sold out Scope Arena, Norfolk, Virginia, as the road to Armageddon continues. And once more tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we will remind you that the polls are open for this year's Slammy Award festivities. Be able to vote for the Men's Superstar of the Year, the Women's Superstar of the Year, Tag Team Match of the Year, Premium Live Event, and so much more. Have your voice heard down below in the description, and the winners will be revealed Monday night after Armageddon, December the 11th on Raw. Special Slammy Award edition of the Red Brand. So far, Ludwig Kaiser looking to weaken Rey Mysterio, who I'm sure is looking at this matchup tonight as a way to continue his newfound momentum on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio found himself a little bit of a bad luck spell for weeks on end here on the Blue Brand. Really turned it around right before Survivor Series with a win over Bron Breakker. And of course, teaming up with Edge, and those two men found themselves as the sole survivors against Team Austin Theory in Madison Square Garden. Mysterio looks to climb the ranks for possible championship contention all over again tonight, alongside the #1 contender to the World Championship. Certainly a way to do so. Giovanni Vinci with other plans in mind. Doesn't care who is alongside Edge tonight. They're going to be just as much of a target as the Rated R Superstar. Almost similar mentality to as we just talked about a few moments ago with Meaner Than Evil, Braun Breaker. Seek and destroy and get the results. Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig, Kaiser really, I want to say, cutting the ring in half because things were getting close. Edge had a possible tag moments ago, but Rey Mysterio just not able to fight out of this Imperium beatdown. Ludwig, Kaiser, Rey Mysterio, those two men specifically with some history here on the blue brand. Rey has fought Imperium multiple times this year, but Kaiser owns a one-on-one victory against Rey Mysterio dating a few months back. Of course, Mysterio went one-on-one with Gunther during his United States Championship reign. Wait a minute here. Edge got in there just to break up the pinfall, but now Imperium double team on the Rated R Superstar, and Giovanni Vinci finds himself the legal man. Imperium ruling the squared circle right now as Mysterio looks to battle out. As we just talked about, many battles with Imperium throughout this year, whether it was against Kaiser, Vinci, or all three of them. And now Rey, nice drop kick using the ropes to his advantage. I believe things have broken down at ringside at the Rated R Superstar Edge and Ludwig Kaiser. So right now we got a one-on-one match in the middle of this 2v2 main attraction. Kaiser back up on the apron. Edge trying to get his wits about him at ringside. Mysterio's going it alone momentarily. Biggest little man in WWE history. Very familiar with fighting out from uphill battles. This tornado DDT and follows up with a leg drop. Mysterio starting to roll in your main event. Imperium is really controlling the first few minutes of this matchup. Mysterio now fighting a comeback here. Has got Vinci on the top rope, and the wheels are spinning for the master of the 619. On the shoulders of Vinci, and Mysterio looking for the Frankensteiner from the top. Into the cover to secure victory tonight in the scope, not just yet. Giovanni Vinci down, but Mysterio completely turned this match on its head. Now what does Rey have in mind? Sending Vinci to the outside, right into a waiting Rated R Superstar. Or maybe not. Maybe Mysterio is looking to use his whereabouts to his surroundings. Crossbody to the outside. Mysterio making some noise tonight on SmackDown. And we just talked about moments ago, Mysterio was in a bit of a bad luck spell for a few months here in the blue brand. Has really turned it around in recent weeks, and he's trying to remind everybody, Hall of Famer, late in his career, veteran of the squared circle or not, Rey's got what it takes to keep on going, and so does the Rated R Superstar. Edge finally tagged in for the first time in this matchup and getting his hands on Giovanni Vinci. Oh, look at that. Edge was staring right into the soul of the man he meets in Detroit, that being Gunther. Might have cost him that time as Vinci now tagging in Ludwig Kaiser. You remember just a few weeks ago on SmackDown as well. Wait a minute, hold that thought. Edge squashing Vinci into the corner. Remember leading up to Survivor Series on SmackDown, it was Vinci and Kaiser taking on then World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre. McIntyre needed a man he could trust and went to choose Edge as his tag team partner, somebody he has fought alongside with and battled with throughout this year. Tons of respect between those two men. Of course, McIntyre and Edge, the winning team on that night, so Edge with just a little bit more momentum, especially when it comes to victories over Imperium. Edge is a deserving challenger, no doubt about it, but multiple opportunities at the gold this year. And now tags in Rey Mysterio in a nice double team. And a tag made to Vinci, fresh legs on both sides of the squared circle. Both men going for drop kicks that time. One went high, one went low. Nobody delivered. That time, delivery was on time and precision. Poison Rana. Vinci has no idea where he is. And Mysterio looking to capitalize here. Going for the 619. Oh, but Vinci grabbing the boots. 619 does not meet the mark. And Vinci slowing things down in this tag team main event. Now ragdolling. Greatest mask of all time back to Imperium territory, and now what does Kaiser and Vinci have in mind? They're looking for a double team this time. Out to prove their worth in the tag team division. And both of those men meeting Rey Mysterio with double boots. Mysterio may be seeing stars that time. Not sure if he's got all his wits about him right now, but it's going to keep swinging until he hears a bell. And Mysterio dropping Kaiser momentarily. As we were about to mention before the double team maneuver, Edge fought Drew McIntyre multiple times this year for the World Championship. Did not go his way. And even though, as we mentioned, a deserving challenger is the Rated R Superstar, Gunther not interested in giving Edge opportunity after opportunity. The only way he was going to agree to a matchup with the Rated R Superstar was if it was going to be the last chance. It's go big or go home. Win or stop trying for Edge at Armageddon. Edge has been chasing that World Championship all year long. Can he get the job done a week from Sunday? And maneuvers like that certainly going to aid him in doing so. Unfortunately, the numbers game not allowing a victory so far tonight. Execution, Canadian Destroyer, Ludwig Kaiser's got to be a little bit dazed. Imperium just trying to trap Edge in enemy territory. However, Edge with something else in mind. Electric chair position, but there's a counter. A physical tag team matchup we got on hand tonight with a lot of momentum for Armageddon hanging in the balance. There's a cover that time, and Edge is still into it. Edge and Rey Mysterio know each other so well. They've been rivals in years past, but more importantly, the best of friends. They've held tag team championships 21 years ago right here on SmackDown, and still to be fighting at a top level all these years later speaks volumes to those two Hall of Famers. Found success yet again just a few weeks back at Survivor Series. Came down to Edge and Mysterio versus Orton, Theory, and Breaker. And Edge and Rey were able to outlast the numbers game. It's because of risk like that. Not afraid to keep fighting. Edge over the top, taking down Kaiser right in front of the World Heavyweight Champion. Kaiser's got to get back into this thing. He has taken a lot of offense by the Rated R Superstar the last few minutes. First the execution, the Destroyer. Then being meant, squashed at ringside, and now Edge could be looking for a good old-fashioned spear, but Ludwig Kaiser counters into a DDT. A pivotal moment to reverse the momentum in this match. And if Edge hit that spear, it could have been done and over with. However, Kaiser did his homework coming into this thing. Split in the eyes of Edge moments ago, and now a tag made to Vinci. Giovanni Vinci may not be on the receiving end of anything interesting, at least for Imperium's sake. Wait a minute. The non-legal competitors being taken out of the equation. Edge now going after Giovanni Vinci from behind. Vinci looking to counter. Just as it did earlier on, this thing breaking down to a one-on-one matchup. Edge with a spear on Giovanni Vinci into the cover. Vinci a little bit fresher into this matchup, and it plays into the kick out. Still alive, not enough damage done, as was Ludwig Kaiser. The Scope and Norfolk coming unglued for this tag team main event tonight. Giovanni Vinci, that one spear may have totaled up to the damage of everything Ludwig Kaiser took a few moments ago. Nonetheless, Vinci's still alive. Kaiser in here now, so is Rey Mysterio, and the matchup rolls on. This is all about the momentum, heading into the final live premiere event of the year. Little Caesars Arena, Detroit, Michigan, 5 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday night. Armageddon, Edge, Gunther, World Heavyweight title. Who's going to have the momentum in their corner? Rey Mysterio a little bit dazed. Ludwig Kaiser. Oh no. Sending Rey Mysterio for an amusement park ride. Referee a little out of place there. Not able to get the count right away. Nonetheless, Rated R Superstar Edge able to break it up nonetheless. Now Kaiser, oh wait a minute, submission hold locked in. Could be looking to rip the mask open of Rey Mysterio. I don't think they're going to have too much success getting a victory over Rey while Edge is still standing. Edge knows what rides on the line tonight, the momentum that is at stake, and what you just saw, taking Edge not only out of the ring, but out to the ground below, is what Imperium's going to need to do. Now, wait a minute. Kaiser going after Edge at ringside. I don't think this is a smart idea. Rey Mysterio taking Vinci off the apron. Once again, the matchup starts to break down here in the scope. Mysterio taking Kaiser off his feet. Edge back on the apron. Rey going high. Mysterio, frog splash. The 619 didn't meet its mark earlier. The frog splash does, and it delivers the victory. Imperium gave these two men a fight, but Rey Mysterio and Edge have been in the trenches too many times together to give up in this equation. The spear may have not have done it. The 619 may not have met his mark, but the frog splash delivered right on the button, and it gets the 1-2-3. Momentum on the side of Mysterio and Edge.
Here are your winners, Rey Mysterio and Edge.
Rey Mysterio's gotta feel good as his luck continues to rise. Once again here on SmackDown, back in the winning ways is the master of the 619. And as for Edge, another victory on the road to Armageddon, where he will challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. That is coming up a week from Sunday. The Rated R Superstar, the Ring General, first time ever, and for Edge, it's the last chance at the big gold belt. Opportunity riding at an all-time high here on SmackDown. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap, I'm a ride.